Um, wish everybody a belated Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's doing well. And, um, get about time to get back to work this coming week. Kids going back to school. I think Alice is going back on Tuesday. Um, but there we are. Before we get started, well, let's see, what I'm gonna talk about is this operation down in Venezuela. Um, give you, want to give you guys my take on it, what I think about the whole situation. Before I get started, though, I do want to offer my most most heartfelt congratulations to our men and women of the armed forces. Um, you guys carried out a spectacular um, operation in Venezuela. Um, not not one casualty, nobody injured. I believe one of our rotary wing aircraft took a couple of bullets, um, but even after that, it was still mission capable and flyable. And that vehicle recovered back to its launch point. Um, all our people are home. All our equipment's back. Um, the two two people with warrants against them, the targets of the operation, were successfully captured. Um, I assume they're in uh, federal holding in New York City, where they were indicted out of the Southern District of New York. But like I said, congratulations. You guys did a uh, top shelf job. I mean, in Navy parlance, I think they call that a 4-0. But congratulations, everybody. Glad everybody's fine. Um, now, um, this this operation kind of took people by surprise. I think. Um, I I'd kind of believed that once once the president had directed Secretary Hegseth to start sending naval and coast guard forces down to waters off the coast of Venezuela. Um, at first they were talking about drug interdiction. And, that's fine. I was all behind that. And, um, then when he had directed that the USS Ford be moved to um, the Caribbean and chopped over to SOCOM, I kind of thought then that they were going to put a blockade in place, which that was pretty much what they did. Um, and you know we pretty much everybody should have pretty much understood that um, the so-called regime change operation was really what uh, what the president was going for. Um, and I can't say that I blame him for that. Um, and I will say this: I'm not just a blind follower of President Trump. Um, I think the man is a good man. I think he is doing or trying to do a good job. However, I've been a little disappointed in the people he's got over in the DOJ. the FBI. I believe they went in there with their egos inflated too much, and um, I don't believe they've broken through the deep state bureaucracy. I don't believe they dug down deep enough yet and got rid of those people that they need to get rid of. That's why we keep having all this crap over the Epstein files, and why no former um, Biden or Obama officials been um, um, arrested, charged, indicted, or anything yet. Uh, they keep talking about investigating. Well, my God, the evidence is here. We've got it. We know where it is. Everybody's got the information. Um, I still don't understand why nobody's been um, clapped in handcuffs and perp walked out to the Tahoe and driven off to jail. I don't understand that. I don't understand why we as Republicans can't can't bring ourselves to um, mimic. Well, maybe not mimic, emulate, or mimic, however you want to say it. We don't do the same things that the libtards do. Um, we just we talk about it, talk about it, and give press conferences about it, and have House and Senate committee meetings about it, and hearings, and everybody comes and testifies, and um, they issue subpoenas, they get ignored, and nobody does anything about it. If it was one of us receive a subpoena, like Steve Bannon, you don't show up for it, the FBI come kick your fucking door down at 3 a.m. They put you in prison for 3 or 4, 5, 6 months, whatever they give you. But anyway, I've been a little disappointed about that. Now I've been real pleased with Secretary Hegg said. Um, I think I think he got the Department of War humming right along now. Um, I mean that's a freaking awesome operation they ran down there in Venezuela. Over 150 aircraft, everything from remote piloted aerial vehicles to stealth bombers. They had aircraft stacked altitudes from what 50,000 feet down to 100 feet, rotary wing, uh, uh, remote operated drone fighters, um, electronic warfare aircraft. Um, had the E-2B sentries up. That's big, just a big radar uh, uh, fixture mounted on top of an airplane. They can control. I don't know. They can identify target and control combat for like 200 aircraft. I think. I mean, it's a lot. Um, then the venerable old B-52s. I think we're out. Had F-22s in air superiority missions. And, F-18s in close air support and SEAD missions and all kinds of rotary wing aircraft, and it's just an awesome job. Um, I believe General Payne had said that had aircraft operating out of 20 or 22 bases. That's a lot of coordination, people. That is a lot. Um, they didn't dream this scheme up over or on cocktail napkin down in Mar-a-Lago over the weekend. You know, it's been being planned out for a minute. Um, they actually did a very awesome job. Um, which brings me to my first point. I'm of the belief or of the opinion that over the last few months, people from the Trump administration had to have been meeting with, talking to um, certain individuals, underneath uh, Nicolas Maduro in his government to, I'm talking about politicians, or officials in the government, as well as military officers, probably police commanders, their intelligence leaders. Um, had to have been in contact with those people and made some kind of a deal, whether they paid them off, um, made promises, made threats. I don't know. Could be all of the above. Um, but they had to have those deals in place before it all kicked off, because not according to the videos I've seen, um, there was absolutely no resistance, none. Not one shoulder fired Stinger missile was fired. Nobody shot machine guns at the aircraft. Um, nothing. Like I guess one or two rifles right there on over the target. That that's probably his personal bodyguard that was right there. But absolutely no other resistance from anywhere. Um, I'm just pretty sure that um, they had deals in place to prevent resistance from anybody. Which that's fine. That's awesome. If you can do that, that's great. Um, but you know, sure does make it easier to, or sure make your rotary wing aircraft, your helicopters and stuff a whole lot safer. Um, when they get over the target area, nobody's shooting at them. I mean, that's a big deal. That's fantastic. But anyway, when I first heard the news about the operation yesterday morning, Saturday morning, um, I had kind of mixed feelings about it. Um, I voted for Trump because I'm tired of the endless wars. I don't want the United States engaged in wars all around the freaking globe. Um, but I'm convinced that this operation in Venezuela is, first off, it wasn't an invasion. I believe it was exactly what um, President and Secretary Higgs had told us that it was. Um, it was um, a law enforcement operation with military in assistance, providing the transport and security for it. That totally makes sense to me. I mean, we were dealing with two individuals had been indicted out of the Southern District of New York. And that didn't happen under President Trump. It actually happened under Biden. Um, he had actually put a $25 million bounty on Maduro. Of course, he wasn't ever going to enforce it or go after him. Um, but um, I believe I believe it's upwards of 90 some odd countries, both to the European Union as well as the United States and others around the world that um, since Maduro had stole the election, what was that, 2020 or 2021, nobody had recognized, or those 90 countries had never recognized him as a legitimate uh, state leader. Uh, he wasn't a legitimate president of Venezuela. Um, the matter of fact, Secretary Rubio um, told the vice president of Venezuela told her exactly that thing today. that she was out talking about how the U.S. invaded and blah blah blah, and he told her, mind your p's and q's because you're not a legitimate leader either. Um, and at the same time, he said he informed the Venezuelan people that you guys are gonna have to do elections. You gonna have to do them and do them soon. Um, Now, like I said, we didn't invade Venezuela. We operated aircraft in their airspace. We shot missiles in their airspace and at targets on the ground in Venezuela. We had um, we had a few personnel actually put boots on the ground to secure the indicted people. Once those two people were um, detained and secured, they were put on aircraft. All of our personnel got back on aircraft and we left. We don't have people on the ground in Venezuela. We're not at war with Venezuela. Um, Now, if you go online, you go on Facebook, go on X, go Instagram or wherever else, um, just look up, um, just Google um, celebrations in Venezuela. There are millions of people in the streets down there celebrating, waving American flags and Venezuelan flags, celebrating the fall of the Maduro regime. Now, get this, while that's happening down there, and it's not only in Venezuela, we've got Venezuelan people in Spain, Venezuelan people in uh, Europe, or Italy, and etc. Venezuelan people in Mexico, Venezuelan people in the United States. I think Doral, Florida, holds the biggest population of legal Venezuelan migrants here. Um, that town was that was Party Town, USA today. Um, I mean, actual Venezuelan people are there celebrating around the globe that Maduro's gone, and at the same time, um, they're celebrating. We got libtards in the streets in our cities, our Democrat cities, Dallas, San Antonio, I imagine New York and Portland. Um, People protesting the removal of a dictator. Anyway, um, there's that. Um, Now it's you know libtards over on the left. They they never cease to amaze me. They fall for it every single time. I mean, Donald Trump is the greatest troll ever. It, it he he gonna win the greatest troll in history award. Um, every single thing he does, says, touches, uh, thinks about, whatever the left, no matter how stupid it is, they go they go against him and support whatever it was he did or whatever he was against or I mean for 10 years they talked about Donald Trump as a dictator and authoritarian and a fascist and a Nazi. So we went to Venezuela and arrested a real dictator, a real communist dictator, and they're pissed off about that. Like, you can't make this up. You can't do it. Um, but yeah, um, but the Venezuelans are just tickled pink. I mean, they're actually celebrating. And I want to offer my congratulations to the people of Venezuela. You've got your freedom back. I do believe. Uh, I hope you keep it this time. Don't elect any more communists to lead your country if you can get some of your wealth back. Um, and, the while the left is protesting, of course, they want to say that Trump's just there to steal the oil so he can get richer. Well, you know, um, when Maduro first got in office back before Trump left office the first time, um, you know, Maduro had kicked out our oil companies who were working in their offshore fields and stuff. Wound up seizing those companies' property, and seizing their money, and wouldn't give it back. And um, Trump said that he's gonna get it back, and of course the left, it's, oh my God, see, he even admits he's going after the oil. Well, no, not so much. Going after our company or our American company's property. Um, but it's unreal how they behave. Oh my God, it's just I, I can't understand. I can't get over it. It just kills me. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. Um, now I don't know what's going to happen down there. I hope the people exercise some good sense down there, and um, the people running the government will actually go ahead and set up elections, um, and allow allow the Venezuelan citizens there to elect their leaders. Um, I hope and pray that's the case. I believe Mr. Trump is not bluffing when he told their vice president that you don't have a lot of time, and you need to watch your actions. You need to behave. Um, but anyway, that's just my take on the situation. I really don't have any problem with um, blasting drug boats out of the water, um, what have you. And if there's any more indicted people down there, maybe the Venezuelan government will give them up. We won't have to do any more nighttime raids. Now, President Petro over in Colombia, he need to mind his P's and Q's too. He's also been called a narco terrorist by our president. Now, he should have gotten the message yesterday that or Friday night and yesterday morning that um, our president is not bluffing, and our military can pretty much do what they want. Um, he needs to he needs to mind his P's and Q's. Anyway, that's that's pretty much all I have. Um, if you like what I discussed this evening, please hit that like button. If you wanna hear my next videos or next commentary or next set of opinions, um, hit that like or hit the bell as well, and you'll be notified when I put out another one. Anyway, I'm out of here for tonight. Everybody have a good evening. Thank you very much. Bye bye.